Let's just stop and think for a second about how much our daily lives have changed in just the last few years. So much of what we do, from work to catching up with family, now happens on a screen, right? Well, today we're going to break down the one technology that made all of that possible. It really feels like ever since 2020, our entire world just went virtual. Work meetings, classes, happy hours, doctor's appointments, the whole shebang. Everything moved online, and it was all built on the back of this one core idea: video communication. So what is this stuff really, and how in the world did it become so critical to our lives seemingly overnight? That's what we're going to get into. We're going to unpack the whole thing. All right, so here's the game plan. We'll start with what this new virtual reality even is. Then we'll break down the four main types you're probably using. After that, we'll cover the features you just can't live without, look at the insane growth we've seen, and finally, take a peek at what's coming next. Let's do it.
Okay, first things first. To make sure we're all on the same page, let's get a really solid definition of what we even mean when we say video communication.
At its most basic, it's just technology that lets us talk to each other face-to-face over the internet. But we all know it's so much more than that, right? It's become this digital thread that's completely changed how businesses work, but it also lets us connect with the people we care about, making the world feel a whole lot smaller. Now, video communication is a pretty big umbrella. It covers a whole range of different tools. So let's get specific and break down the four main types that I guarantee you're already using every day. But before we dive in, we have to get this one key difference straight: synchronous versus asynchronous. Think of it this way. Synchronous is live. It's a real-time conversation, like a Zoom call. Asynchronous is recorded. It's like sending a video message or watching a lecture on your own time. That massive explosion we've been talking about, it's almost all been in that live, synchronous world. All right, type number one. This is the OG, the one we all know and love: basic video calling. FaceTiming your parents, a quick one-on-one with a coworker. It's simple, it's direct, and it's really the foundation for everything else. Next up, we've got video conferencing. This is basically video calling on steroids. It's what powers those huge company-wide meetings, or that online class with that grid of faces staring back at you. It takes that simple one-on-one call and scales it up for dozens, sometimes even hundreds of people, all in one virtual space. Now we're getting into the really high-tech stuff: telepresence. This is not your average webcam call. We're talking about specially designed rooms, huge high-def screens, and amazing audio, all designed to make it feel like you are physically in the same room with other people. It's about as close as we've gotten to a real-life Star Trek holodeck for meetings. And finally, we have a feature that's less of a type and more of an absolutely essential tool: video sharing. Hitting that share screen button to show a presentation or a document. It's the key ingredient that makes collaboration possible and gets everyone literally on the same page. Okay, so we've got the different types, but what are the actual tools inside these platforms that make them so incredibly powerful? Well, it really boils down to a core set of features that are now basically non-negotiable. So what makes a video platform something you actually want to use? It's got to have these four things. First, easy screen and file sharing. That's a must. Second, a great mobile app, because who wants to be chained to their desk? Third, the magic ability to switch from your laptop to your phone without dropping the call. That's a game changer. And of course, call recording, so you can go back and catch anything you missed. Now let's talk about just how fast all of this happened. Because when we say the growth was explosive in the 2020s, well, that might be an understatement. Just look at this number. In just the first 8 months of 2020, the market for this stuff grew by 140%. 140. To give you some perspective, that's the kind of growth that would normally take more than 4 years. It was like a decade of digital transformation packed into a few months. And you can see that story of constant, relentless innovation right here. It all kicked off with that massive boom in 2020. By 2022, it was already a $7 billion market. Then things got really smart in 2023 with AI that could summarize your meetings for you. In 2024, everything got faster and more secure with 5G. And now we're seeing new tech that gives us better video quality without crushing our internet connection. It just never stops. Let's just pause on that number for a second. $7 billion. That's what the video conferencing market was worth by 2022. That's bigger than the entire economy of some countries. This isn't just a handy tool anymore. It's a massive global industry that's changing how money moves around the world. So, with that kind of incredible momentum, you have to wonder, where is all this headed? Well, let's look at how it's completely remaking some really important industries. Take healthcare, for example. Telehealth has been an absolute game changer. I mean, think about it. You can see a doctor from your couch, instantly send them your health info, and get a prescription sent to the pharmacy, all without leaving your house. This is making healthcare available to so many more people. It's a true revolution.
And we're seeing the exact same kind of transformation in education. Virtual classrooms are the new normal. For so many students, learning is no longer stuck inside a building. With tools like screen sharing and recorded lectures, it's more flexible and more accessible than it has ever been.
And check this out. It's not just the industries you'd expect. Even finance, an area built on handshakes and face-to-face trust, has seen a massive shift. This chart shows that the number of people who actually preferred getting banking advice over video nearly doubled in just 8 months. That shows a huge change in how we think about trust and our most important decisions.
You know, I think this quote from Renee Nuhai just hits the nail on the head. At the end of the day, this was never really about the technology itself. It's about what the technology allows us to do. As he says, it's about the seamless connection of ideas and collaboration. It's a tool for us to build and create things together, no matter how far apart we are. Which, of course, brings us to the big final question. As new tech like 3D holograms and super smart AI makes our virtual selves feel more and more real, what does that do to our idea of connection? As that line between physical and digital keeps blurring, how is it going to change what it really means to connect with another person?